Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at NEAR. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now, I also want to mention the two donation links I have down below. Those are official websites where you can support the Ukrainian refugees if you want to do so. And yeah, without further ado, let's jump into the video. So jumping into the daily chart on TradingView, this is the chart is pulled from Binance. We have our Fibonacci retracement. So this is our swing low and this is our swing high with the extension levels to the downside. And as you can see, we have lost this level over here. We had this move to the downside, and afterwards we did see a back test of resistance. So we went below it. We back tested this level as resistance, which was our previous support, and from there we went all the way down to our technical target at $2.91, and that was the level that I gave you, long before we reached it, because once you lose the first fib level, the 1.618 is usually your technical target. The longtime viewers of the channel already know that, and in case of a capitulation, you could look at the second fib level here, which is at $1.85. So if you want to, you could, set up limit orders over here. But I'm not going to lie, I don't know if we're going to get that low. If we're going to see another capitulation in Bitcoin's price, we could probably reach the 1.618 level once again, because what happens a lot of the times is that you print a bottom, you start retracing, and from there you print another bottom over here. So you come back to where you came from. So this is where you came from. You can potentially come back to this level once again, potentially even print a higher low, and from there you're going to go into the bull market, closing this year. But we'll see what happens. Right now, as you can see, we are in this channel up pattern. So far, we haven't lost the support. We just bounced off of it. As you can see, this is our first bounce. This is our second bounce. You have 2 touches of resistance here, even 3 touches. And if you start losing that, the immediate support below would be the 1.414 at $3.71.5. I'd look at that for entries if you want to enter. But to be honest, I do think even this over here is a good entry point, since we are very low in terms of prices for our altcoins. But I want to mention that NEAR did a nice 100% here. And since this local high, we did print a move of 36% to the downside. So I would say this is a fairly good entry point in my opinion. You're starting to open candles below the 1.272 level, and that is quite negative. So you could potentially get pushed down to the 1.414, okay? Because we have bounced from this level back in July, and this is a support level based on the fib retracement. So this level has some meaning, and let's see if we can hold that. Like I said, you can just set up a bunch of buy limit orders in advance. Now, looking at the local high here, as you can see, we printed this high over here, which was exactly this last December's swing low here. So we did retest this level once here in May, then we retested it once again here in August, and from there we're coming back down. So $6.13.5 is a very important resistance level that we need to break moving forward. But essentially what you're still doing is you're printing a lower high. So this is still a downtrend, and you're not really, reversing into the bull market. And I've talked about that for many, many days right now. And we did anticipate this drop on our channel. I did talk about this. I do drop in technical analysis for Bitcoin on Twitter as well, so feel free to check that out. Now let's switch over to the daily RSI. So as you can see, we did get overbought here, going above the index of 80. So this was a good time to take some profits. We were sitting at roughly almost $6 here, $5.85. So that was a good time to take some profits if you wanted to swing trade. Then we saw this capitulation here, almost getting to the 36 support on the RSI. And hopefully we can see it retested once again. So maybe we'd do something like this and then come back down to this level. This would be a good entry point. Now, if we were to capitulate even lower, anywhere from 33.5 to 28.6 is your little buy zone here in the oversold, or almost in the oversold. If you're below the index of 30, you're considered oversold. And as you can see, every time you were in this oversold area, you did see a move to the upside. So let's see if you get down here, brilliant buying opportunity. Now let's switch over to the Binance website. So jumping into the daily on Binance's website, you have a couple of support levels over here. You have a buy zone from $1.81 all the way down to $1.55. So these are just some of the support levels based on swing highs and swing lows. And if I slap in a fib retracement from this low over here to this swing high over here, as you can see, our 1.618 target was at $5.54. We did get a little bit above that going into $6 range, and right now we're dropping to the 786. I would look at the golden ratio as support, so $3.81 and $3.65 is the 0.5. So this is your golden ratio, and this would be a very, very good zone to start buying back into near if you took profits here up top. But like I said, even right now, this is a good buying opportunity in my opinion. Look out for the bearish cross on the daily chart. If the 20 EMA crosses below the 55, that would essentially be your downtrend confirmation. And after that, we could potentially see another leg down before eventually bottoming out. So in this case, I would think that $3 would be the bottom if we see another capitulation, but depends on the news, depends on, what happens with the world economy. Now moving down to the stochastic, so you can see that the daily stochastic is in the oversold. We're below the index of 20, sitting at the index of 1 right now. And this is a good buying opportunity based on this indicator, but this is more short to midterm trading indicator. The RSI is more long-term. Now, if you take a look at the MACD, we just printed a bearish cross. We just confirmed our downtrend here, and this happened on August 16th. And on August 16th, we were sitting at $5.50. So we dropped, we saw a nice drop afterwards of 25%. So I would pay attention to the MACD. Once you see those bearish crosses, those are preludes to these downtrends. But obviously, it's a lagging indicator, and you have to use it in combination with other oscillators. Now let's jump into the weekly chart here. Taking a look at the weekly, as you can see, we did bounce from this level over here. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be from the weekly chart, but yeah, this trend line is definitely from the weekly chart. So as you can see, we do have a lower low here, but on the RSI, we're printing a lower low, but on the price action, we're printing a higher low. So this is a bullish divergence, a hidden bullish divergence for that matter. And usually after that, you do see moves to the upside. So potentially going into the bull market, we're going to see a huge move for near protocol. And this is a major indicator, a major divergence on the weekly chart. The higher the time frame, the more important all the patterns are. And yeah, that's regarding the weekly chart. If you want to take a look at some targets for the long term, what I do is I slap on the Fibonacci retracement. So we take our low, which let's presume that this is the low that near is going to print, and we're not going to go lower, which I'm not 100% sure about that. You can never be 100% sure about anything in the crypto markets. But for now, I don't think we have bottomed yet. Let's see what happens with Bitcoin. But let's say this is our bottom. You take this low, you take the previous high, and you get your 1.618 target at $70.50. So from where we are right now, that is 15,500% of profit. So that's not bad in my, not 15,000, 1,555. So that's not too bad in my opinion. So let's see what happens. Obviously you have your golden ratio here at $9.78. You have your 0.5 at $7.75. That is a major resistance level as well. And if you take a look at the weekly 20 EMA, which is the yellow line here, you can see that we had a retracement all the way up to the 20 EMA. We haven't reached it. We haven't bounced from it per se, but we did go up to it, almost touching it. And I would always suggest putting your sell orders below the resistance levels, whether it's the EMA or whether it's a Fibonacci level. I would always do that just so I can have more chances of getting filled. And as you can see, we, almost retested the 20 EMA, and now we're coming back down. So this is just a basic retracement after this, horrendous move to the downside. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You have a couple of support levels, you have a couple of resistance levels. Another major resistance level is the 55 EMA if you're planning to swing trade that, but you just take a look at the previous lows here on the weekly chart. So we have a low here at $7.50. You have a low here at $6.20, which is exactly where we reached. If you can see, this high over here is exactly the support level that we have over here in November of 2021. So as you can see, this is us just retesting a previous support level as resistance. So that is pretty much it. If I missed anything important on the charts, please let me know down below in the comments section. Feel free to follow me on Twitter. Feel free to join me on my Patreon. All the links are down below in the description. I drop in low cap gems. I drop in your technical analysis requests, my trade alerts. I'm not really active. I haven't been active in the last week because I was moving, but right now I'm trying to get back to daily content updates. So that's pretty much it. I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.